Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to study Lesson 3 Movements of the Earth. Planets of the solar system are always in motion. They have two types of motions. They spin on their own axis, that is called rotation, and when they go round the sun in their orbits, that is called revolution. Our Earth is also a planet and it has the same kinds of movements, rotation and revolution. The Earth spins on its axis from west to east once in 24 hours. This movement of the Earth is called rotation. The part of the Earth which faces the sun, we call it the day. On the other hand, the part of the Earth which is away from the sun, we say that there is night. The Earth's rotation causes day and night. Rotation of the Earth also influences the direction of the flow of ocean currents and the direction of the wind. It also causes tides. Tides are the rise and fall of sea levels twice a day. The ocean is constantly moving from high tide to low tide and then back to high tide. There are about 12 hours and 25 minutes between the two high tides. Apart from rotating on its axis, the Earth also moves around the Sun. This movement of the Earth around the Sun is called revolution. The path on which the Earth moves is called orbit. This path is not circular, but it is egg-shaped or elliptical. The Earth takes 365 1/4 days to go round the Sun. This is called a solar year. But in our calendars, a year has only 365 days. We leave the fraction 1/4 and in 4 years, one complete day is added to that particular year in the month of February, making it 29 days. This year is called a leap year. Thus, leap year has 366 days. Seasons are caused by the effect of revolution of the earth around the sun. It is due to the tilting of earth's axis. The axis is tilted at an angle of 23 1/2 degree. It sometimes leans towards the sun and sometimes away from the sun. Because of this, different parts of the earth face the sun at different times of the year. This gives us the seasons. When the North Pole is inclined towards the sun, the rays of the sun fall vertically over a larger area in the northern hemisphere and thus it experiences summer. The southern hemisphere is away from the rays of the sun and it experiences winter. When the South Pole faces the sun, the southern hemisphere experiences summer and it will be winter in the northern hemisphere. For example, when it is summer in India, it is winter in Australia. Similarly, when it is winter in India, it is summer in Australia. Approximately on June 21st, the rays of the sun fall vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. There is summer condition in the northern hemisphere. It is called summer solstice. A solstice is an astronomical event that happens twice in a year, when the sun's apparent position in the sky reaches its northernmost or southernmost extremes. On this day, the northern hemisphere has the longest day and the shortest night. On September 22nd or 23rd, the rays of the sun fall vertically over the equator, and therefore on this date the day and night are equal all over the world and the season is equable. This position is called autumn equinox or autumnal equinox. Mostly on December 21st, the rays of the sun fall vertically over the Tropic of Capricorn. The southern hemisphere has longest day and shortest night. At the same time, it is summer in the southern hemisphere but winter in the northern hemisphere. This position is called winter solstice. On March 20 or 21st, the rays of the sun again fall vertically over the equator, and again the day and night are equal and the season is equable. This position is called spring equinox. This condition is similar to that of September 22nd, 23rd. Thus, we find that motions of the earth cause day and night as well as changes in the seasons. I hope it is clear to you all. Thank you and have a nice day.